A 16-7 finish there for SK Renegades over on Mirage, but that's not the story anymore because we're going to be hanging out in Cbble going forward. That's right, we've got the SK Renegades on one more map, the final map of the night here for the ESL Pro League of, well, it is Friday, Saturday's one of the days of the week. Either way, we've got a great matchup for you guys on Cbble. Do we have anyone within the immediate vicinity, mainly you two, that can tell me who's going to be the clear favorite going in this one?
I can tell you, but I'd like you to go first. So you say SK.
I think SK.
I also say SK. However, I think there is an actual chance for Renegades to win this map. I'm not just being that rosy commentator that looks at the positives of everything. Renegades have a very strong T side on Cbble. This is probably their best map. It was very worrying, though, seeing them win both pistol rounds on Mirage and only get 7 rounds throughout the map. Like, that statistic alone is kind of saddening.
Red flag.
Yeah, so I feel like if SK start T side, it's gonna get ugly.
Well, it could be ugly, but let's see if the Betway odds are ugly when these numbers come out, and it's kind of expected, I suppose. It's about accurate, boys.
It is accurate, but then again, SK they love to go 1-on-1 sometimes. So
that's only if they lose the first map.
You're right. You're right. There's a good chance that they might go 2-0.
Yeah.
Well, that does it for our little pre-segment here. I think our commentators are ready to hit this one home. We've got Launders and, well, a young man I didn't know had such an infatuation with peanut butter. But as the stories unfold, I'll let him tell that one in his own time. Please take it away, guys. Run us through Cbble.
He has a husky, right?
We're not going to talk about that at all. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're getting ready to jump into our final map of the evening now. It's going to be Cobblestone, and obviously SK and Renegades facing each other off again.
Yeah, off again. I wonder because SK were so good versus Cloud9 on Cbble. I expect them. I honestly just expect SK to be able to win this map pretty handily, but also I kind of wonder how long it'll take, just because of how like thorough. And you know, I kind of said that as a joke, as to like, oh, SK will probably beat them pretty fast, but if they do play as carefully as they did versus Cloud9, these rounds might play out kind of long, to be honest. I'm glad to see them on T side as well, because I'd like to compare and contrast the way that they played against Cloud9, as they cleared out both A and B pretty thoroughly throughout the half, and made it very difficult for the CTs to get any read on what they were doing.
There's definitely a possibility for this match to be close. We can talk more about that in a second, however, as the action's already getting started here. It starts off with Nifty facing off against a massive streak of players from SK, but that'll give Renegades the info to be able to rotate into this A site. JKS getting a nice double kill there. Some smooth headshots from him. Are they going to boost default plant spot? No, but they're both stuck here, though, so there's only room for one to stay safe. A second one now will come leaping out of window here, but he's going to be knocked out by Cole. Great recovery from SK after that 2K coming out from JKS to the window, and they control the pistol.
That's really rough, man. JKS immediately gets the 2 kills. You think, all right, this round's wrapped up nicely. Super fast. It was like one bullet after another. Yeah, both hitting in immediately. And then, you know, only taking a couple more shots, getting ass blasted by Fur, and having his teammates who rotated in not really do anything after that. I think he was the only person to get a kill. So that's a sad state of affairs for Renegades. I'd be kind of disappointed if I were JKS for sure.
Just goes right up, realizes that he's going to be getting aggressively pushed. Him and Fallen control the push very well. And the one man that doesn't go out is also the one man with a CZ in hand. He's going to try to swing in.
How many bullets does he have?
Who, Naf? Or?
No, Fallen.
Oh, I don't know.
He was like 2 bullets and switched to his. I don't know if he was spamming before or not. But yeah, kill reward, man. You want all those kills to go into the SMGs for the most fruitful harvest.
Just being conservative.
Just being conservative?
Yeah, he's just looking for headshots.
You get him back, dude. This isn't 1.6. You have to rebuy those bullets.
Just forgot which game he was in. Well, Fallen's going to push through here now. He even has the smoke out at Suicide too. So he's actually walking into a bit of a dangerous position. He's got some slight backup, however, from Phelps if need be. Cold even getting a first kill onto that B site, and there we go. SK already have site control. They're going to be planning in a couple of seconds here. And the last four with only P250s. Well, they might be able to kill these guys at A, but the round is still over, and it is going to be one for SK. Actually, they pushed the bomb out here, so hold on now. Let's see if they can get enough kills to make this a bit more contestable. They do, but Hako
didn't plant yet.
That's what I said, yeah. They brought the bomb over, and they wanted to just DM it for a second there, but they had to regret that decision pretty quickly.
Oh my god. They gotta really be more disciplined than that. Naf jumps on these opportunities, but you know, he's very far from the other side. Oh my god, he gets the kill. And I mean, he's gonna try to do something. I mean, if somebody gives him the kill, obviously he's gonna take it. Man's top drop. Oh, he drops into drop.
No kit for Naf either here, though, so he basically just has to rush to the bomb and defuse it right now, and he's not even doing that, so time will not work in his favor. And is he even gonna... Well, he's gonna end up in the fight anyway, but Taco beats him out in an open 1v1 brawl there. And SK do end up securing it, but obviously in a very messy fashion considering how that round started.
And then Taco just wastes $400 for no reason by throwing that Molotov. Strange, man. Super strange. But yeah, that was a little messy. Just, you know, it looked great, though. The reason why Fallen goes up that way is because you can get away with that so many times. Sometimes you can get away with that on full rifles versus top teams. They just don't play door at the beginning of the round. Instead, they play 4B, and if they do, they'll have one person at A. That person's not watching lower mid. You can sneak right by.
JKS will be first up to bat again. He spams in there, getting a little bit of damage done. He leaves room for Nifty to be able to impact with the op there, taking out Fallen, and Fur also being hit on by JKS. So he's going to be down to 36 HP.
Stay tuned to see if he gets his number.
He's still falling back now too from the forward position that he had over here on top of platform. So he's shifting around though. Fur is able to circumvent around Nifty's position and take him out, however, so at least gets that trade from earlier. Now SK just have to make a decision. Do we want to re-aggress into A now that we got that trade kill, or do we want to try to go for a B push? It looks like they're going to be pulling the players out of B halls into the open by connector and making a hit in this direction instead, so that'll send pressure to primarily JKS, who's going to be holding right outside here. He's got the alternate angle, but considering they just mollied that, JKS might want to be a little bit worried here. As more than likely they are going to check for him. He smokes it just in time, but they're still going to move through. He's ready to take the fight, gets the first kill, tries to swing over to the second, but no, will get traded instead by Cold. The rest moving up onto the site. There's actually very little presence here. You have Azza sitting back over here right below Heaven, but it seems like they weren't expecting any players to be here at all. They walk in, Azza's allowed to freely spam on a Cold. He takes him down and now transitions over to APC, where he'll get another kill, knocking out for just Taco alive now in 1v3. Only 25 seconds left to plant two, and Renegades just getting more and more control of the site. He sneaks back over here. I don't think they realized he came inside, but Ustillo moves in for the quick kill anyway. And that's Renegades getting onto the board quickly here in the first gun round.
Good hold overall. Azlik with the 2 kills, and Nifty JKS with the other couple of them. Taco at the end of the round dying, no chance at all of winning. So they save a good amount of guns. It's great for their economy. It's a little bit more healthy now. And JKS, oh, will he leave spawn without armor? No, okay, in the last second of his buys. Probably just had to check his text or something. Smoke will go down at lower ramp. SK have tried to keep the tempo high so far, pushing in really quickly, but there they finally do not, I think, have to submit to the fact that Renegades really made that difficult. Move out, look for forward A control.
They'll be able to wrap downstairs here now too to be able to take mid connector control. And no one going to be inside challenging that from the CT side. You've Nifty winning right out of it again. Hiding with the ump in that corner. SK have checked that in the past couple of rounds, but Nifty might not even really be able to do much from this position unless he decides to aggressively push in. As I think SK, depending on where this bomb shifts over towards, might be trying for a B hit this time. We'll wait and find out, however, as the bomb does look like it's going back over towards a longer mid connector. In the hands of Cold Sarah currently. Nifty makes that push, gets the kill. It's brought low, but still is able to transition into a second one and just barely escapes that shot from Fur to go back behind the wall. And Fur, unfortunately, cannot immediately chase that due to the Molotov in his way. Another flash inside. Multiple flashes, actually. One completely blinds Fur. Fallen is going to be able to catch a kill at the edge of a long that takes down JKS. We're ready to move back in. Fur finally taking down Nifty. Was pretty much expected to get that kill, but this one now, Fallen and Taco moving into B site opens up all of these options for SK. Renegades had a great hope prior to this, but all of a sudden they get very greedy, peeking out into the open, taking duels versus Fallen multiple times, and it just leaves Ustillo alone. Fallen should have been able to see him there on that jump. And indeed, it looks like he did. He's looking for him now. He'll jump up one more time, but still gets the kill as he gets up on top of the shed and concludes the round for SK.
I never like to use the word greedy, not to call you out, but just because with pro teams, you know, they're better than that. You know, greedy something you get over, or hopefully, and especially at this level, by the time you know you're past Premier. But you know, definitely sloppy, like definitely maybe a little bit lazy, maybe a little bit careless, not mindful. And you know, when they have that man advantage as you're talking about, JKS is peeking long pretty aggressively. When Nifty, maybe he needs some help, but maybe he doesn't. Maybe he's kind of expendable for the amount of damage that he can do at lower ramp, and JKS ultimately can't even really help him if they did go down and peeked it. So you know, he could have stopped them from getting out long by being farther back. Could have also just shared some info so his team would have a chance to rotate in if he was a little bit farther back, but not died so quickly and not put Nifty in even more danger by dying first. If he had just played more conservatively, following up that 3v5 that Nifty had given them off of the back of some really good shots.
So full eco established here now for the Renegades, but they're going to try to make some aggressive pushes out into mid. Phelps ready to take those battles, though. Gets 1, 2, and now 3 kills. We're getting taken down by Nifty. He will also fall in a second, though, and with the elimination of JKS back down there in mid by Cold, that's the end of the round. SK quickly get their 5th.
Yeah, easy cleanup again. Once again, they like to go fast, and you know, Renegades have proved that they can stop this fast push. And unfortunately for them, they even with the 3v5 were unable to close out one round. But it seems like after that eco, have saved just enough money to actually afford an op. A couple of rifles. It's not too bad. It's going to be critical that they win this round, obviously. Otherwise, it's going to be pretty much 8-1 to kick this off. It's not a place you want to be. But if there's anyone that's worthwhile of buying it up, it's going to be Nifty. On an eco round, he's going to be like a top 3 pick in North America to hand the op to find an opening on CT side on a hard map.
Renegades still suspecting something here at B, and the right to do so, simply because they have windowsill presence here and drop. Coldzera already inside of it, though. JKS doesn't even realize. It's actually not even JKS who gets eliminated. It's Azur pushing back in from the transition room. And Cole just racking up kills. This is with a MAC-10, tearing these guys to shreds. So now we have SK starting to shift their way out onto B. Taco checking everything, so I would assume they check that cubby position too. And Coldzera gets a 3rd kill, and they actually don't look to use still initially, but he can only get 1. So after he goes down, it's just left to Nifty, and he was that A-side player, so he won't be trying anything. He'll back away out into the courtyard, and SK will get another one here, 6-1.
Yeah, relatively easy push in a beat. Nifty taking a little bit of damage, but as we can see, the aim punch update coming into full effect there, still making it possible for him to hit that shot and take damage, which is really nice. It was a really cool change. I don't think I ever would have thought to propose that aim punch should be reduced, because it seems like, you know, armor's $1,000, and so for it to be worth its value, it should be actually like make a huge difference. But here, I think they found a good balance with it, where it's still nice to not have armor. You can actually fight kind of glass cannon ops, which are kind of something you do out of desperation or just in a tight time on CT side, is now much more viable. And yeah, you just won't get absolutely destroyed.
Coldzera is still going to be working with the MAC-10, especially now that Renegades go back down to another eco. He still tries to be sneaky at the beginning. That won't pan out. Coldzera probably a little mad he missed out on that opportunity, but there's still plenty of chances for him to frag out here as they go through drop and quickly get out onto the site. Right there will be one of them, and he can even try to spam it at chicken, get the last kill. So 2 more, $1,200 more for Coldzera on top of the win bonus. And he'll be stacking up the cash now at 13.3K after the last 2 rounds here.
If he's excited to start the round, I swear he hit that buy button before it even started. He's got no armor once again. Again, not going to be the biggest deal, I don't think. Everyone else has nades. They're going to be relying on NAF if it does come down to a bomb plant. Funnily enough, SK haven't even had to plant the bomb that much. It's just been all CTs dead almost every single time. The
denial of the aggressive smoke, so they actually end up having to toss a second one here because their first one bounces off a teammate. So that one will go out a little bit deeper than maybe they wanted to. Molly actually does 25 damage with a taco there as he mispositions slightly and has to back away a second time. Now the T's will move in to take swift control of drop, but they end up walking through their own mont on the way in. Thankfully, it won't do too much damage. Coldzera once again getting early drop control here and will look to punish players with the MAC-10 in hand. The flash out, let's see, can he get another kill with it? Oh, so close, but no cigar this time. Azur will take him down. Taco made up for it though. They're getting the additional pickup onto Naf, and Fur, nicely done, snaps on Azur to take him out, and Fallen with the additional kills out on A. Might just seal the deal here. There's still a chance for Renegades to bring it back. JKS going in quickly, trying to look for that second kill onto the Opper, but he's long gone. He still, however, finds Fur, and he's quickly going to back up looking for Taco to peek him here. Taco does edge off a little bit of damage, bringing him down to 21. Ooh, he's actually going to be blinded, so he's going to fall back to the steps, but that's just going to reveal him to Ustillo. Fallen comes hopping in, looking for the upshot, just fires off one there. Creeping around the corner, he gets one.
Oh my
it's
God.
back and avoids JKS, who was hiding behind that rock the whole time. I think he knows he's there, though. He's going to creep up on him, waits for him to peek. No, he doesn't realize it, tries to swing back, but JKS has him, takes him down, and secures another round for the Renegades.
Dude, he even came back. I don't know. He might have been able to hear. This is crazy. Yeah, he just shoots to mask the fact that he fell, and then you still had no idea he was right there. And no one would expect Enoff to be this aggressive. I mean, they would have just thought he was going to camp around at plat. And you could tell, even when he walked back here and he was kind of looking at rock, that he wasn't sure that it was rock. He would have definitely scoped up. But had a pretty good sense of what was going to happen on that play. Either way, Renegades win that round, but they start off this round 5v4. Oh man, this would be absolutely brutal. If they got reset one more time, this would be the absolute worst time to do it.
After a 4-round streak from SK, Renegades did finally pick up one there. With the loss of this player, it's going to make it even worse. You'll note, while it is a gun round, they are still working with multiple umps here, as they're probably suboptimal, surviving that last round with only one player left alive. Fallen, given the angle, swings to the left to take down Nath. Straight swing from him. And now Renegades fall even further behind. You'll mind you that there is still one player trying to wait at A for a rotate, and he's going to be caught by Phelps over there at the top portion. Taco takes down Azza, and that's the end of the round. JKS, he's going to walk back over here towards A and just look to save, but even that may be troublesome for him, as you still have Phelps lurking up the ramp right now.
You know, people talk about how SK are always playing extremely disciplined Counter-Strike and take every opponent as seriously, and teams always talk about lower level teams, and Invite will always talk about how when they play them it's always really, really hard and stuff, but you can definitely see an impact. I think James was saying this yesterday about how when SK played Cloud9 in the game harder. I think that's definitely true if we look at how they're playing Cobble now versus how they're playing Cobble versus Cloud9. Because on Cloud9 they started off taking every round very, very seriously, slowly, taking all the map control, going through every single motion as if they were playing a major, whereas right now it seems like, you know, they're going quick. They're getting rewarded for it, but they're going quick, and it's not undisciplined by any means, but it's definitely, they're definitely trying less hard, I would say.
So after one round picked up there by the Renegades, we'll see these players reset again. That shouldn't really leave much money left over for the Renegades side of things either. They should pretty quickly find themselves being put onto an eco here. Yeah, that's going to indeed be the case. So unfortunate times for the Australian squadron, as they have to try and find some way to piece this back together as they look to build up their losing bonus for the third time now in this half.
Phelps about to get weird.
Well, it's one at least. However, he dies in a bit of an interesting spot, so Fallen is going to sit there. Make sure that no one goes in to retrieve the MAC-10. Won't happen. The CTs actually fully rotate over towards B, which is a pretty good call. But SK already have walked into this stack once or twice before and was able to win the round anyway. This time, no. They're getting off to a pretty decent advantage. A little bit of a messy spray. Gets that one. He knows where the second player is, so he'll get that kill. For also traded Ustillo, and he got that kill earlier. So now it's just Naf in a 1v3. He's going to be stuck behind Rock here. Oh, okay. Planter's just in the open, so he gets that kill. And actually bring SK down to 2 players, though. At the end of the day, considering the buy from Renegades, that wasn't that too bad of a round for them.
Yeah, not too bad, but because they double save, it's just like they still have so much money here. We're moving into some of the last rounds of the half. It's economic damage is good, but see, as we can see, basically 3 players with 10k or more. Renegades have to save up just to be able to afford anything now. Like there's no opportunity to buy. And I'm kind of surprised that SK aren't anticipating the double save. They could have certainly invested in another MAC-10 buy. Is she taking some molly damage falling out? For shooting fish in a barrel at lower mid. Okay, Kona.
And now SK are going to end up pushing into mid for control here. Cold actually looking directly at one of the CTs as he moves in. They since abandon that position and now go outside to watch for a ramp play instead. It's only a matter of time here. Renegades have had these good setups before, even just in the last round here, but they haven't been able to actually follow through with an upset just yet. So the odds aren't looking so great. One more ramp. Cold's going to check it. Takes him down. No issue there. And the last one alive was the designated B player. who Phelps is going to take down as soon as he peeks main doorway. Another clean round from SK, and now they're in double digits.
Okay, let's get it, Renegades. Let's get it together. Double op adjustment, everyone's buying up. All you have to do is deny the early map control. That's step one. If you can't hold on to A, SK are going to put you through the ringer. If you can't stop the B rush, and you're playing the wrong map, because you're gonna experience a lot of those in your time here. 4 players from SK gearing up to take long control. Initial Molly comes out, Fallen getting frisky. Counter nade's good, pushes him back. Tries to take a shot, can't do it. 40 damage in return, only used 1 nade, that's good. Don't have that much utility to work with, but it's not too bad. Counter smokes. Denied. Push them now to A. They're gonna go clear out A.
The early damage is fine. They just still have to find a way to build on this here now, as SK could just change up the game plan very quickly, and that would catch Renegades off guard. We do see this little bit of a rotate over towards A with the 2 players getting ready to move in, but Nifty, there's no one watching A long, so he's going to be allowed to walk just straight out into the open here and see this. The problem is, though, is that he may see this as an all clear.
No, this is okay, because they have JKS at long as well. This is perfect. It's even better than if JKS is like in door or something.
This little boost, though, this is cool. Just spotting over the smoke here, trying to see a top net, make sure no one's hiding out. They can even see if someone's peeking over there towards there, but
This is great. So just get Nifty is obviously holding not only for a person to come back, but for someone to come from B as well. This is exactly what Fallen does. This is exactly what Fallen does in response to someone taking A when he knows that they aren't splitting it.
so SK are going to walk up. The thing is, though, is that this...
He's going to go to the door.
Oh,
Oh,
they
spotted
saw him. So they know he's out there now. And like I said, they do have another player coming back in through
Number
Site
7.
Connector 2, and that's where Phelps is going to walk back in and cause chaos to happen. He only gets the 1 kill, though. So it's still disadvantaged to SK as they move back in, and SK don't really have actually any utility to execute upon. They're going to try to move back out of Broken. Eustill is right there, though. That drops the bomb, and while it was a good idea from SK, it just ends up being a bit of a messy split of players, and they can't make anything happen with it. So Renegades will win the round.
Yeah, it was basically 3 players to split B. Phelps did that thing that I was talking about. Fallen ran up, that Fallen did on the eco round, where he ran up with the UMP through mid doors all by himself, because sometimes people don't even watch it. Well, there's a situation where Phelps sees that opportunity. I don't even know how SK ended up losing that, because he had such an important kill and a really favorable position, but the trades were good. The site holds were good, and the info from Nifty made him, I think, most worried about B, which allowed them to be confident in their holds and not get caught off guard.
We're going to be in combat very quickly this time as SK is basically going to try to get themselves out for early kills. Well, it works towards the A site. Fallen taking out Nifty when he tries to smoke A long. It won't work on the B site, at least until that point when Fer is able to move in towards top drop and catch a trade against Azza. So 4v3 after the first 30 seconds or so in the round.
Nifty dies in a kind of, I want to say, like, unforgivable way. It's a small mistake, and it usually won't die for it, but you should never die throwing a smoke. You should only be dying throwing a smoke if someone like runs into you or something. But if you're smoking off an angle, you should always try to find a way to bounce a smoke, throw it over something from cover. There's no reason to like get off because, you know, there's a small window of timing you're leaving yourself open to. Ooh, Eustill tries to do the next gen thing, clear that angle hard by crouching into it, but doesn't shoot high enough when he crouches.
We do have 3 players as a result of that push now. Now 3 players that are injured on SK with Cold, Fallen, and Fer all below 50 HP or less depending on the player. So Phelps is going to try to move in, but that jump gives him away to JKS. He's able to line up the headshot. They do have full B control, however, so these last 2 sitting on A are more of players that are trying to save at this point. And it looks like, yeah, they're going to be backing away. Flashing on the way out just in case someone from SK was positioned out there to try and hunt them down. They're going to give this one to SK, which will put them up to 11. And now we'll head into the last round of the half.
Yeah, this is absolutely the worst. Like the worst road to 3 rounds ever. Just so separated. And they save because, you know, they basically get reset again. And, you know, next round they're not going to have a great buy. SK are going to know they're going to save 2 guns. One of them is going to be off because they got a kill. Oh, they both actually got kills and they're both opping. So that might be a fair bit of information for SK. I think that if you do know there's going to be 2 ops, taking it quickly makes more sense than trying to go into a default and move slowly. So potentially going into like a long B execute straight up could be quite favorable. Does Fallen go through this? Oh, damn. Oh, he doesn't hit through. Oh, yeah.
This is where the first kill happens.
Oh, you know what, dude? Okay, so this is... Okay, Nifty... I think it was a little bit hard on Nifty. If someone runs through your Molotov, you know, then you feel like you have a little bit extra time to throw something like that. So Yeah, so it's hard to get mad at him for that, to be honest. That's Fallen being nuts.
I don't think we saw that previous part beforehand. I think we just assumed Fallen walked in A long. I didn't realize the molly was there myself, so that makes the situation a little bit different. So Renegades do end up getting a pretty decent buy because of those saves. 2 ops, they do have 2 ump players, granted, but they have the double ops set up and decent utility for everybody, and umps, very forgivable weapons to buy into, especially on Cobblestone with how close quarters some of the sites can be. So there's definitely room for it to work. Now we do have the boost up from Azure. Counter boost, I guess I'd say, and we'll see. It'll come out on top with any kills. The smoke goes away. Fur spams into it, however, but they'll just molly it, so that'll give them time to reposition and get ready in the event SK want to try and rush this and kill one of the 2 players down there. SK has their own molly to throw. And actually, a lot of the drop players from the city side get sent out here now. As we do see SK moving in, they take Broken Wall control. They're going to start pushing back out. Taco's going to try to fight up close against the Opera here, hiding in Chicken Coop, and he'll take him out. The missed op shot from Nav seals his fate. Just 2 CTs remaining. They're both stuck at the big door into the site, and I think they know they're there too. They'll boost up on the box. Gives them a little bit of extra positioning. They won't be able to see beyond the smoke. The CTs will boost themselves. That was actually a nice little boost in the fly there. Gives JKS the capability to take down the boosted player. Goodbye to Fur. Should give them some real estate to head out towards Rock, but both ops get those last 2 kills at the exact same time and kill those chances very quickly. It is SK very much in control, 12-3, and we'll just have to wait and see if the Renegades can bring it back. Stick with us, guys, and we'll be right back with the final half of the evening.
ESL Pro League is brought to you in part by Intel, the City of Odense, GeForce GTX, Lenovo Legion, Bedway, Pay Safeguard, Logitech G, Mountain Dew League, Xfinity, and ESEA.
We're back again, ladies and gentlemen, for the last half of the evening. We're going to be closing out this last map here between SK and the Renegades, and it could be a quick second half, as once again, SK leads the charge here, 13-2 at the end, or excuse me, 12-3 at the end of the first half.
12-3. They only got 3 rounds in the whole half, and it was the pistol round, 1 rifle round, and 1 force buy or something like that. It might have been.
Wasn't pistol. It was 3 separate gun rounds.
Oh, it was?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It was, yeah, all of them were gun rounds. I think they're still.
Oh, sorry. I thought they got eco'd. Okay.
No.
A little bit better, I suppose. Oh, yeah, it was the 4th round, not the first round.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So it was first gun round. It was first round or 4th round. Excuse me. You got me confused there. 4th round, 9th round, and 13th round that they won. But
see by how far split apart they were. Those are like the worst times to do it.
Yeah.
So that's really tough.
It was just like constant streaks of 3 to 4 rounds from SK. So it was perfect for them because it just made these rounds pretty easy. They had like constant eco rounds for the Renegades and everything.
It was the perfect storm. Absolutely.
Yep. So now they're going to look to close out. If they're going to win this pistol, they'll have a free ticket up to 15 potentially. For pushing. It's a nasty little surprise that the clown car jumps out from the edge of A long, and Surprise is taking down Fur. Now Phelps is going to look. He knows that this is coming, but even he's only able to get 1 kill cold. Tagging in for another though keeps it even down to a 3v3. However, his kill is for free with no trade coming out from the Renegades side.
Oh, it's kind of, they got to be upset a little bit. They have Cold pushed up, Phelps still pushed up, and Fallen was the one who pushed all the way through. They must be thinking, okay, well, we can probably at least get forward A control of it. Nope. All it results in is a 2-for-1 trade in favor of SK. The round they so desperately need because they're so scared. Bomb's actually going all the way back through spawn because they don't know who's pushed what at this point.
And they're being very careful as they form up in B halls now, even leaving Azza to try and watch out for additional A-long pressure. Quick pop flash up at the top. Does completely blind Taco too. He'll still swing out to try and take a shot, but after being blinded, he's going to completely fall back. And ooh, look at this position from Cold. He actually is found, but still is able to get one more kill before being knocked out by Azza. Azza's whole point was to try and watch out for that, so missing it's actually probably a pretty big upset here. Pretty big swing in SK's favor. Fallen now trying to duel from behind the flower pot here. Knows it's a little bit dodgy, so he swings away. They're going to hear Taco coming outside of the door, and he once again backs out of a fight too. Second time he's been able to retreat from a fight. Fallen will be eliminated, and now just Taco up top, but both of them get knocked out due to quick headshots coming out from the Renegades, and they'll control the second half pistol.
Okay, well done. Good recovery. I really hate that fight into lower A from all those different angles on what looks like a castle wall. I don't even know what to call that. Just the short wall or whatever. It's a really weird place where the fight can, as a CT looking up, or a terrorist looking up, I should say, CTs have so many things to work with. So it's no wonder. It's a wonder that Fallen wasn't able to get a kill, but not only that, fall back and die after so many USP shots. And here's Renegades playing the long con, getting one Galil and a bunch of UMPs.
Nifty just trying to wait for the timing. He knows he's going to get pushed here eventually, and he's probably very correct about that. Being cautious anyway, even having JKS watch out the lower portion too, so he's actually good to just watch upper, as long as he keeps his teammate trained on that. But SK hold at both the edge of A long and the doorway, decide not to push in right now. First sees the smoke, knows there's potentially going to be multiple players pushing in, that he can't directly challenge all of them. So he'll fall back to the outer angle on ramp and wait to see if Renegades actually push in for that control. Now that they're embedding themselves in mid, this is when Fallen's going to push out. Now just sees the corner of the player and takes the shot in his waist any time. Before he gets this kill, he lights up another one too before going down to Ustillo. So that's JKS very low at 10 HP. Some spam from Taco, tags another one, and Phelps quickly headshots out Ustillo. That was one of the players that was low before. Taco gets put into an unfortunate position, so he will die to JKS. And the same for Coldzera as Azur pushes in. JKS with his second kill now taking down Phelps. That should stabilize things for the Renegades, although things were certainly looking close for a second there. Fallen now being found, trying to look for a headshot, but it won't happen. Azza closes out for the Renegades, and they avoid that second round upset.
SK, as usual, being terrifying, even with just pistols, doing so much damage. Oh man, that got very close. I mean, it shouldn't have. Renegades that had every right in the world to just straight up win that. Pushing together, staying close, and the trades ultimately were the victors, so that's good. And now they know that they have gotten through the thick of it. They know they have a round here where SK aren't going to invest much money. Decided to pick up another couple of SMGs. They bust into B.
Out they're going to go. Nifty quickly taking out a blind Fallen. Phelps suffering from a similar fate and just systematically executing everybody on that B bomb site. Leaves only Fur with a measly little USP alive, so he'll either try to deny the kill or just throw himself away. Looks like he'll pen up inside of the shed here and wait for his impending doom to come towards him. Fortunately, he chooses the wrong time to look back in a crawl space there, so he's still able to just run him over pretty quickly. And a clean run from the Renegades as we now get into the first gun round here in a very quick fashion. Renegades set up to a 6-12 scoreline. A lot of recovery still to do, but they're well on their way if they can take this first gun round.
6-round deficit, much more manageable after the pistol. And also, the other day when we watched SK versus Cloud9, they had a lot of trouble on their CT side. It was Cloud9's T side that was actually very good versus them. I don't know. I don't think Renegade's T side will actually match up quite as well, but we'll see right now with this Russian B.
And they go. They're going to waste no time, too. SK with very light presence, and Coldzera just not responding at all to the flashbang, I assume. Taco even getting spammed for about half HP, the nade doing even more. He's going to push past this, though. They weren't expecting that, but Azza quickly adjusts, and that's it. Round's over. SK won't even make an attempt to retake. They are out of there.
Yeah, the counter nades were actually really poor. I don't think there was anything to stop players coming out. I don't know if we look at health one more time, just on who's left. A couple of people are at half HP. Good entry. Cold being the only person just kind of out in no man's land, as you talked about, on his way to Chicken Coop, coming out of Chicken Coop. I don't know, but no one close up under broken wall to stop that push. No one to support Cold really behind the smokes. Taco tried to flash in for the YOLO play just to see if he could get a couple kills, get his teammates, encourage his teammates to come in and look for a retake, but it couldn't happen. Now Renegades, all they have to do is spend $1,000 apiece and get some utility back. That's it. So overall, madly successful round.
Yes, they set themselves up quite nicely for the for just the long run here in the half. As even if SK do start trading out rounds a little bit here, at the very least they can keep their economy alive for 1 to 3 rounds, depending on how liberal they are with that money. SK are given enough cash over in order to rebuy again, so they're going to go for another gun round here. Obviously with some sacrifices sprinkled in, but thankfully due to the 3 players saving, they are able to put together another gun round.
Well, you can't make an omelet without some sacrifices, as they say.
Who said that?
Abraham Lincoln.
Okay, sure. As credible as any other source.
I think people would just go on the internet and lie, Blue.
No, why would they do that? Fallen's going to be holding this tight angle here at A-Long. It might actually get some action to it, too. As Nifty waits around the corner, but definitely was not expecting an aggressive push, so he just gets knocked out. Dead to rights. SK get an advantage to start off on, but this could change quickly depending on the success or failure of this suicide push stack. They know something's up there. They know that there's players watching for them. So Fallen's just going to take a timing shot after he gets blinded. No success there. Renegades don't even really want to push it. They're just trying to hold SK back from countering them and flanking them so quickly. They're still going to get flashed, double flashed actually here on ramp, and that will hold those 4 players back, all 4 of them coming up ramp. I gave SK all the time in the world to set this up though, and look, Fallen has been released. Just gets another double kill here. JKS runs him over though on the way up to the site. So at the very least manages that, but the damage has already been done. Just 2 players remaining, everyone from SK is here. Even when Renegades try to kind of back up a little bit, it seems, for a second there. They already had started rotating over Cold. I mean, they just look lost there after Fallen rips them apart.
Okay, this is why they look lost. Can we pull up the map overview? I don't know if this is too much. So long A, all this area in long A, if you have players running up through lower A, if there's CTs out at long A, they can crossfire with players in the door. So all your B players who are rotating in can both look down into players coming up that lower ramp. And that's what makes it so powerful. So if a CT gives you lower A control, that doesn't mean you win. That doesn't mean you're allowed to get up A. That's why you look so confused and your attention is split in so many different directions as you come up that lower ramp, is because you didn't get long control. And I hate when teams don't go for it.
So that causes a very important loss. Fallen tries to go for that long kill again. This time, Renegades is ready for it, and Nifty will strike first this time. You still have another player established inside. Fur going to try to take another battle, but it's another loss again. Renegades getting that nice amount of early kills. They do get a long control this time, along with lower control, and they're going to quickly burst out here to try to go in. Phelps ready to take the battle, but he can only go 1 for 1. So now it's just Taco here defending the site. Nice headshot from him, but he's going to get challenged very quickly. He's able to get the reload regardless. He'll have to watch out for Rant. Rant pressure's going to come against him. He's able to adjust in time. Howard to take down Nap, but now he's low 20 HP. Where's Coldzera in all this is the real question. Is Taco just going to get Kobe'd out of the map? Yeah, Coldzera took so long to rotate. He could still win this, but...
Yeah, he's seriously big chilling over at B. I think they didn't see the bomb for a while, but still, he really did take his time.
He's finally here now, and he's going to try to creep out by APC. Gets into that first duel, but Nifty, quick on the draw, responds in kind with his own shot. And that's only 1 needed from him in order to get the kill, so that secures an 8th round for Renegades and a reset for SK.
Yeah, no money left. I don't know. They might buy it. They have enough for 2 rifles. Instead, nope, Fur decided to get a pistol. He would have had to farm us money, so I don't think they're going to do that. Maybe they decide they can buy next round. I'm not sure. The reset's going to be a hard one. Renegades 8 rounds, not so bad. It was 6-12, so they're not on pace, but they're getting there. They also clean up the rack on that last round, splitting properly on the A site.
Yeah. Quick adjustment there to make sure that doesn't happen for a second time. And these are the rounds right here that need to get through in very clean fashion in order to keep the money in a strong position. They started off well, just damaging 80 off of 1 player. Naf cleanly eliminating Fallen. He's still pushing back in, just doing bits and bits of damage that would slowly melt down these players. He's still having a quick change of his aim right there.
Damn.
He's looking everywhere in this site, but he makes it work. It's 2 kills. I think assists on a 3rd one too.
Yeah, he's looking sharp the whole time. So kept changing up angles and then finally hitting a bullet. Just let everyone know he was stable. Double op. Coldzera and Fallen. Fallen is terrorizes A with that op. He's so good with it. Best player in the world with it. Not in my opinion, objectively.
And while we do see the gun round coming out here, SK don't necessarily get the most optimal buy. The ump most notably coming in But the bigger thing here is that they basically get no utility. They get about like 3 or 4 smokes, and they've used most of them already. So it's just Taco and Fur that have smokes now, and they don't have any mollies or anything to try and delay fast hits from the Renegades.
Just doing nip smokes.
So here we go. That one. There we go. Nicely done. Bounces in, should give them full coverage. Nade also going out against them, however, on the CT side does massive damage to Ustillo. Now as they push back in, they have to check this position for Taco. Nifty again, saving his own life here. And coldzera just doesn't know where to aim when he peeks out from Chicken Coops. That's a clear sight to A players. Have no chance really to respond to any of that. So once again, they're going to call for a save, and that's going to get Renegades up to 10 now.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, our player at Long Beach didn't even get mollied out. I'm surprised they didn't save a molly for it. He could have really wrecked havoc though if he got those 2 kills. I think the bomb was up there. The rotates maybe would have come in. Let's see if that was like a 2-for-0 trade. Obviously, it's 3v3. If it's a 2-for-1 trade, it's not bad numbers for Renegades. It probably could have recovered the bomb. So, you know, you want to say you'd give the Renegades the round in spite of that. Just the smokes looking like they did their job. It caused a lot of confusion. And overall, just good awareness to make sure that because they didn't molly it, that they did clear it. And that's, you know, thanks to Nifty, I think he really bailed them out with his level of awareness in that situation. So, Renegades reached the very elusive double-digit scoreline versus SK here on the T side of the second map, Cbble. Tons of money in the bank for everybody, so they can make some mistakes. They can be teenagers.
So this is actually a real game here now. We do have Renegades back into it, 10-13, just 3 rounds away from the tie. SK are broken again. Obviously, they still have the 2 saves in the last round, but we'll only have the upgraded pistols on players that have to rebuy. No armor behind them, 1 smoke on coldzera, so it's very lightly bought here. Playing is also going to cause these SK players to go back pretty quickly outside a window.
Just heard the jersey come out of you. Lightly bought.
Bought?
Hey, Joey.
It usually doesn't show. That's the coastal people, I swear.
We get a chopped cheese after this.
I'm on the Delaware River side. On the Philly side of things. Wow,
Oof.
Fallen, nice shot. He probably wasn't able to see much on that either, so hits it right in the corner, takes down Azza. You'll note Renegades do get rid of this AK though, since they know the majority of SK do not have guns.
Oh, they got all the way rid of it.
So he just makes sure that no one's going to be able to sneak into those halls and find that. Tries to hide it the best he can, playing a little bit of Metal Gear on the side here. Hiding the body. Fallen. Fur. Ooh, Fur. Oh man, why did he shoot? He's gave himself away. But that is going to distract a little bit. Fallen misses what should have been a clean shot too. So both of them have really good positions, but they, oh no, they just get wasted, and now Phelps is dead. Don't get me wrong, they could still win this round, but let's see on the execute. Naf goes out A long for free. Oh no, coldzera doesn't get checked for here in Hell, but he's alone right now. He's going to have to try and spam into that one. Taco's still so far away.
Dude, no, you're good. He was trying to pick up the gun.
Yeah.
He couldn't find it. I don't know. I don't even know.
I think it was way over to his left. I think that's why.
I swear I saw it drop like where he was standing. I'm surprised he didn't get it.
Well, Taco is now alone. He doesn't even have armor behind this Deagle by either. He's going to try and creep in. There's also a player cannon, so the cannon rule should take effect here. For whatever reason, nobody can seem to cleanly come in from A-long and kill the guy at cannons. I don't even think Taco... Yeah, he's going to back out. No, he'll go through alleyway instead. I thought he was just going to back away now that he found the M4.
Think he clears it?
Oh, yeah, he actually checks it. Wow, look at that. He's going to be able to move in, finds Naf. Doesn't have a kit, however, though, so he's already out of time. Just picks up the op. He's going to have some fun here at the end. Ends up just jumping into Nifty's crosshair, though, so Nifty will kill him. Only with the op, though, so a whole lot of excess money being given over.
So close round, but that's all it was. Renegades still win it, and they have the round win bonus as well. SK playing from behind here, constantly buying down to 0 and then saving. Everybody pitching in. There's definitely kills on most players, but it's still been a hard state of affairs. As Renegades have definitely shown that their T side is formidable, I should say. A couple of opportunities missed though. As you said, like Fallen had an easy shot. Naf was there to shoot somebody in the back of the head, I think, at long as he was about to get a kill too. That was a very tight timing on that.
Fur also had that position at Suicide at the top there too, and he shot, it gave him away. Nobody suspected him prior to that.
Right, so definitely good time and good coordination for Renegades, even though it is tight, and it seems like, well, if it took any longer, they had no idea, they're still coming up with it, so, you know, Great awareness.
JKS swings in quickly, but Fur will be ready this time to take him down. And Fur also takes 0 damage from that too, so messy from JKS. Not ready to take that fight that close up. Now we are going to see Renegades moving in though, getting fast drop control. And the real question here becomes, do they just go directly into B, or are they going to try to walk back towards A to take care of those players that have aggressively pushed out? It looks like they're just going to go straight into B. So that does leave open the possibility for a flank, but at the same time, this is a double-edged sword because SK can't rotate into this site as easily anymore. So they have players that are all very far away. Yes, they can flank, but it's going to take them longer to move back in. You can see the Opper trying to go for the quick shot between the legs of the statue. Now as they move back out, it's Nap and Azur that both get kills. Cole taking Solon to get that first frag. There's no room really to recoil there and line up the second one. Rotate's now coming in. Fur would have to do decent damage on this flank, but Naf seems to be already watching for it. Let's wait and see as Fur creeps up. Like I said, Naf checking for it right now. Just going to hide at a headshot angle since he's so low. Fur moving in, gets the first one, doesn't check the steps. Missed shots from Naf is going to alert Fur to his presence, and he still has 10 bullets left in the clip here. This Fallen's also going to take his first shot, but backs away. He might have actually hit, though. I wasn't sure if Azur was that low or not. Azur kills Fallen. Now the nade going in, maybe a little too far. Yeah, it doesn't do that much damage. Fur now has to line it up, but he gets the first one. As you suspect, if that Naf's is close, he's actually going to be caught reloading right on the sidewalk. So Naf gets the free kill to close it out at that low HP margin, and that will also put Renegades just 1 round away now from a tie game.
Jeez, such tight timings. Naf even letting his teammate die there at long after, you know, he tries to, in red HP, he tries to play this as carefully as he possibly can and wait, because he doesn't want to get pre-aimed. So he just like crouches, and he probably planned to unpeak, but did it a little bit too late. And because of that, it seemed like SK were definitely going to win in that 2v2 with them both being so low. And then a grenade missing. That was like, damn, these rounds are actually quite close. But again, it doesn't matter to Renegades at all. I think the strategy is very legitimate. Sometimes the timings are a little bit tight, but it seems like it's definitely good enough. It's consistent. They're doing a lot of different options. And SK again on a save. SK economically battered.
Still could find some impact though with these guns. First specifically is going to be playing with the Mag 7 towards connector there. So actually probably won't see too much. Oh, gets him on the way back out. Nicely found from Fallen. Completes the kill that he tagged onto a player earlier. And now it's just a matter of building on this. There's the start. Can we see it grow? Taco even getting forward. I don't think they'll expect this. They'll move out. He gets one. Lining up some more. There are going to be scatterbrained a little bit here as they find him that close, but still gets a second kill before JKS can trade it. Nifty, though, does walk right into Coldzera. A little headshot angle there takes him down. And slowly, they inch in to recover. They spot the player at Rock, take him down. We tagged on the way back, but now Fur comes in, armed with a new AK-2, leaving only Nifty alive here. Trying to clutch this with only 5 HP.
Just gonna molly drop. Yeah.
Wasted no time getting the plan out either. Doesn't want to play around with that. They're going to push through the molly. He hears him. He tries to swing out for a quick kill, but Phelps will take him down. And there's the upset round from SK, which could break Renegades here. We'll see. They have plenty of money. I don't mean break in the economical sense. I mean break them from a moral sense here now.
I totally respect that. Nifty trying to put the bomb, or getting off the bomb to try to get the kill. Even though he probably could have gotten away with the plant, he would have definitely got sandwiched after that. So him looking for that one kill with that op, I think made a lot more sense. And I think right after that, they just, you know, the round wasn't so weird. Sometimes I think their default was relatively safe, just one back long B, everybody else really passive, and that guy long B ends up dying. And in the 4v5, SK take that, they smell blood, and they start hunting players down. But overall, it didn't seem like it was too bad from Renegades, and I think ultimately the round was kind of expensive, and a big win for SK, who are so close to just victory right now. But I don't even know. I don't know if there's that much to really talk about. Maybe if they had like an argument just within that round to just settle it, but they've got options.
They're going to go back to the first execute that worked for them, which is the quick smoke setup here to get out onto the site. Basically just brute forcing it here and hoping they can catch SK out of position. They won't get as many kills this time, though, as SK get behind the smokes a lot quicker here. So while there is going to be a quick plant coming out from Renegades, there is going to be players from SK immediately trying to retake it, at least the start. Phelps goes down, that brings it back down into an even bout. As they're holding in this close corner, Coldzera suspects that, fires it out. Nifty gets a nice angle against Taco as the smokes begin to fade away. JKS firing in for one as well. He takes out Cold. All of a sudden, the advantage goes back over to the Australian side of things. Fur and Fallen looking for routes back into the side. Fallen has plenty of utility still. He's got a smoke and a molly, which he can still toss back out here. Starts it off with the flashbang, and they're going to give it up. They're just going to let Renegades have this one. So 13-14, they're 1 round away from the tie again.
Yeah, after that, I mean, it would have, if Renegades actually were, or I should say, like, SK's economy is in such a position that if they did lose both these players as well, Renegades would probably not only just tie it, but get match point before them, and that would be more than a disaster. So totally imperative that they save these 2 guns, especially one of them being an op, because they're not going to even have that much money to buy, and they're almost certainly going to buy to try to fend off match point here. They won't be able to afford an op next round if they just decide to stay behind the op here. And yeah, 3 rifles, or 4 rifles actually, is more than good enough. The one recovered is worth its weight in gold. That AK should come in big. Renegades recognize the threat is at an all-time high. And Falling getting an opening kill too.
Moves in there. We saw that earlier on, back in the half here, where he was able to do this previously, primarily out from A long, but this time he's going to do it at the mid doors. And Fur also getting an additional kill onto Ustillo now. Not the way that Renegades wanted to start off this round. And this is also the first time in a while that Renegades have actually tried to go for early pressure at A long and mid. And the second they do it, they get pressured by SK and lose 2 players. So this, I mean, even if Renegades rebound now and win this round, this could actually work out really well for SK. Just those 2 kills alone may kind of scare Renegades into playing B primarily for the rest of this half, but we'll see.
Yeah, no, it's totally true. Like, even if they pressure them into doing one more B play, SK should be, fortifying it the next round, recognizing that they're probably scared to take A, knowing that they couldn't do it. Oh, Nifty finding a kill, though. Unanswered trade as well.
So that bites it back a little bit. They still need to get it onto B, though, when they only have these 2 players to do it with, and they have no utility either.
Oh, good to have a long B smoke that way.
So that's basically just going to delay this for the next 15 seconds or so. And Renegades, I think they're going to end up going for the A hit, actually. Since Nifty got that kill, they know they have mid control. They know because it was close to connector that there probably isn't going to be anything out on ramp either. So they've got a clean ticket to get at least half the site under their control.
They have long B information, though, I think.
Is he? I think he's in Cubby, though. He's not peaked, is he? Can we see Taco's perspective for a second?
He's going to, though.
Oh, yeah, he's going to peek it. Okay. All right, well, the take is beginning back on ramp in the meantime here, as they're going to push back up on top. Nifty lines up with a great angle, but Colt Zera, he'll get the better of it. Fur taking out one more. There are only 10 seconds remaining there, too. Phelps just spams through the door to get the last one, and that's SK, a successful, somewhat forced buy from them, putting them up to 15 here now.
I think that was a bad call from Nifty if he was the one who thought, all right, let's go A. I don't know. Not because he didn't know that Taco was there at long B, but their teammates were so far away, they really didn't have enough time to A is just such a massive site, like just the actual amount of time it would have taken them to walk all the way back up the ramp into the site and get the plants. I don't think they would have been able to sneak it. I don't think they thought they'd be able to sneak it, but then, risking having to get a kill to do it as well. They probably would have been better off going to B, allowing and just letting Nifty lurk and hope that they could finally surmise an entry if possible. I mean, technically there's only 1 person at A, but there's a reason that people play 1 person at A, because you don't actually need 2 people there. It's very easy to stay alive if you need to, or call for rotates as a solo man.
Yeah, A is definitely not the site right now for Renegades' T side. Last past 2 times they've tried to go A, they've lost the round.
That is the trap of, having one site that works really well. Is just like, oh, you're scared that the other team's going to figure you out. You don't want to do the same thing again. Honestly, I don't think SK have an answer for their B hit, though. Their nip smoke hit and their other one actually work pretty well. They're not playing like long B. SK are not playing long B aggressively enough in the early round to deal with it. They end up having 1 person stand behind the smokes, or 1 person stand in front of them, and everybody else behind. And if that 1 person dies, the retake is way too difficult for them.
For the most part, the only times we've really seen them push out from long B is when there has been like nothing on the B site, and then they just kind of get curious and send Taco up there and check it from Cubby. But besides that, they've been playing 0 presence on platform here, just kind of letting Renegades walk. And even in drop, too, it's been pretty light. Smalley's going to burn to an unfortunate position, so that will take 12 HP off of Azza.
More importantly, they hear that he dropped.
Yeah, so they know that there is presence inside here now. No bullet dropping out, so I believe Phelps should have heard that second player coming back down, too. Their Phelps or Fall, one of them should have been able to hear it. So they should know that there's at least 2 inside here right now. They'll smoke it off. I think off of those two, they're going to be a little bit careful of an A pinch here now, but as they go out, 2 quick kills for SK. They'll miss a third one as the player in Coop here is just going to smoke himself out, keeping him alive. Taco actually just blanks there, didn't even realize that JKS was pushing him. Cold strikes back, Fallen does the same, and it's the opposite, tear apart the last round, leaving only Naf alive now in a 1v3, and he'll also fall down to the op. That gives it to SK. It's a very close battle, and Renegades almost bring it all the way back after a very poor start in the first half. But at the end of the day, SK's lead was too much to come back from, and they take map number 2.
Yeah, it was a good try. Unfortunately for them, they couldn't get anything going at A. The B hits were really good, but when their backs were against the wall and they needed to change it up, they couldn't do it. It's the eco that set SK off, but overall, solid map from both teams.
All right, and that'll do it for myself and Launders for the evening. We've got the analyst desk standing by to break down our final map. Gentlemen.
See you guys tomorrow.
Roger that.
All right, well, looking at what the Renegades had to do to mount a comeback in the second half, already impressive enough, but not enough to get the W.
Yeah, it was too bad they lost that T side, the CT side pistol, right? Where JKS opens up with 2, it's an immediate 5v3 advantage, right? So this match goes a whole different way if they win that initial pistol round. I don't want to get too wrapped up in pistol rounds, right? Because they're kind of random.
Well, we actually have one for you guys right now. We have pistol round 1. Let's just go ahead and tell the story as it's told. And I believe this one's you, James, SKA Rush.
Yeah, so SK rushes A lot. We don't have it on the picture right here, but JKS opens up with 2 kills, Fur with a quick trade. But that's not really what we're talking about here. So that rotate is called immediately, right? They have 2 guys in sight, and this is not a battle you should be losing, right? I'm not exactly sure what happened on Renegade's standpoint there, but if I'm calling T side and we immediately get spotted bottom mid and 2 of us die, I say cancel.
Yeah.
Right? Because usually you're going to lose that. Like I would say like more than 9 times out of 10 you're going to lose that round if they get those rotates there in time. I think RNG looked a little frantic in how they were peeking. They weren't peeking together or like strategically, and I think that's why they lost that round.
Yeah,
Well,
I think maybe.
Oh, God.
I was going to say maybe one person called peek, the other person said hide, because it's like.
Or maybe they weren't talking at all, which
Yeah.
is probably more the likely.
Yeah.
A lack of communication will cost you just about everything. Eric, we've got round 5, I believe you picked out here.
So in this round, we had Nifty making a hero move in the middle, taking out 2 right off the bat. But the problem with this round for Team Renegades is they overstayed their welcome. Nifty had plenty of opportunities to fall back, maybe play a lot tighter angle, but instead he plays towards middle, and the pop flashing actually, I think it's JKS killed over there, and then Nifty's in a weird spot. So now a 5-on-3 situation turns into a 3-on. You know, it just ruined Team Renegades after those initial kills.
Yeah, I remember sitting next to you watching this round like, oh man, Nifty, like how do you get that second kill against an AK who knows where you are? It's a medium range battle that doesn't necessarily favor the ump. When he gets that kill, sick flashbang comes in from top mid, and he either should push and get the 3rd kill with that or completely hide, right? He takes this like medium angle that helps the guy kill him earlier than he should, and that extra 2 seconds of finding him early is actually a huge deal in that round.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Good job.
you can't give. I feel like in this, like that theme is you cannot give any help to SK. Like any seconds that help them, like you
Anything
just can't
they can do
do
to
it.
exploit and then run away with it thereafter.
Yeah, that's why I feel like even if I'm not a pro league team, you can learn so much from watching SK play. Like even learn why they win rounds or why they lose rounds. There's so much to learn from it.
So, I mean, there's a little bit of resemblance here if you think about it in between Nifty and maybe even a Fallen in terms of the aggressive sort of combat angles as we've dubbed it. Our next replay is going to follow that and kind of highlight here what Nifty is able to do. I believe you picked this one out, James.
Yeah, so on the radar, top left, Nifty's walk pushing A-halls scoped in, right? Like, how do you have confidence that nobody is, anywhere in the 1,000 angles they could be watching that from in mid? But he hears stuff lower mid, he hears the smoke, he hears a Molotov hit the danger stairs. He doesn't know this is happening. All he has is sound information, and he has a buddy playing at the end of A-halls watching the top of danger stairs from an off angle. So, like, this takes a lot of balls to do. And I think we've harped on time and time again whenever we see Cbble is that it's really hard to make aggressive plays, get info, and kind of like get ahead of the game on the CT side. Nifty does it this round, and it gives them a lot of information. What happens here that's interesting, though, is their Windows side player, I think it's Ustila. I don't really know who it is, but it's basically the guy in the middle of the map who gets killed right here, who is Azur. So Azur gets killed, but the fact that he's even in connector right there is important, right? Because Nifty, by pushing A halls, tells him that it could be top mid, right? Because this other guy's in A halls. So this is a huge round from Nifty, even though they only got 3 rounds on their CT half. Like, all of them were fart hot. There was no like pistol round, there was no eco round. They won 3 solid gun rounds.
Yeah. I mean, a really hard task to come back from a 12-3 half, regardless of what team you're playing or what even map you're on. But to do it against SK does say a lot. But going forward into the second half, I do believe we have round 19 loaded up over on the B side of the site. And this one's you, Eric.
So I really like this on team Renegades, is they toss these smokes super early in the round at spawn. And what this does is obviously it will pop a lot faster than normal in the B bomb site. And how this happened is it made Taco kind of play passive, but coldzera kind of played forward, and so it was like a miscommunication kind of thing where because the smokes hit so early, it caught coldzera off guard and got an easy kill, easy round. Later in the match, Renegades actually did this exact same thing, but this time SK adjusted. And so they played behind the smoke, and actually I think it's one of these rounds coming up that you're going to talk about.
Yeah, I think Renegades did a few variations of the running exec, smokes landing in slightly different spots. Sometimes they put the bulk of the forces or the initial forces down drop. Sometimes it's through long B. It's really hard to read, right? Who is that guy sidewalk there who did not push past the smokes? I think it was Phelps, right?
Yeah.
And coldzera was past the smokes. Yeah. And there's a few reasons why that could happen. It could be miscommunication. It could be not communicating. It could be because there's game sounds that are, going over the top, masking the comms. Right? So it's kind of hard to tell whether or not that was lack of teamwork, but good strap by Renegades.
Yeah, and certainly able to put SK on the back foot regardless of the, again, the rough start. I'm telling you, that's like climbing a mountain. Looking at our last replay, though, we have round 27 here, and I believe that the storyline is Phelps pretty much being punished.
Yeah, so this is another, what happened? Okay, so for some reason they didn't show up, but what I wanted to show was them being in spawn doing the long B running exec. So they did a different route here where 2 of the guys went down drop and entered via E-box onto pizza. And what happened is that Phelps hid in a smoke sidewalk, and even though we can't see it, try and visualize it, right? So coldzera is usually the guy who's hiding behind rock if this running long B exec happens, and what he does is he throws a flash that goes over that square of the tree, right? You know that thing you boost up on the tree? coldzera throws a little flash that just lobs barely over the top of it, so if his CT teammate is sidewalk, he could hard peek the site and kill the bomb planner. The problem was that Phelps did that. He ran through a smoke, and it was a great opportunity, but there was no flash with it. And that's something that me in the past, having like watched thousands of SK demos, maybe hundreds, literally, is that they're always throwing that flash over the tree. And they had 4 flashes at that point in time, so I'm kind of like wondering what's going on. Even though they won the match, it seems like they're kind of off.
Well, as well as James can describe it eloquently and vividly, I would still encourage you to head over to youtube.com/ESLCS and load up the VOD from this match and the other matches prior to this and see just what we're talking about. Maybe you can catch on to this SK tree pop that he's trying to illustrate for you, the viewer at home. But nonetheless, let's take a look at how today unfolded, because we did have a stellar day of matches here from the ESL Pro League. Luminosity and Cloud9 splitting maps there. You'll see 16-2, just an outright trump over on Inferno. And then Train, we're going to see 16-11 go the way of Luminosity, followed by SK picking up 2 wins here over the Renegades on Mirage and Cbble. Fast forwarding, though, time to take a look at those standings, because this week's starting to come to an end. I like to dub these a super week, right? We got 6 days slam-packed full of Counter-Strike action, and we could see these standings fluctuate quite a bit within those 6 days. But what do we see here, guys?
Well, I think Cloud9, if they actually would have won that second match, which they might be kicking themselves later in the season.
Oh, they definitely are.
They could be top 5 right now and in the playoff contention. At this point of the season, every map counts. All of the mid of the pack teams are really right next to each other, and you just can't lose those kind of games.
You can't be losing important rounds that would lead to a double equal on the other team by attempting a knife kill. Let's just say
that would be absolutely ridiculous.
If I had done that, people would be yelling at me.
I mean, you got to worry. Old Papa Valens might pull out the belt tonight, Terrence. You might want to be
good old Soham.
Be careful. You get that tap, tap, taparoo right there. Anyway, before things get any weirder here, let's take a look at tomorrow's matches. It's going to be the end of our Super Week here, rounding it out, day number 6. If we look at the mainstream, we've got the Misfits and Complexity, and then cycling on down to Energy versus Counterlogic Gaming. Those are the games that we'll be covering. And if you look over in the secondary stream, you've got Luminosity, Splice, Renegades, and Ghost. Boom.
I'm excited to see Slemdog on the A stream.
Yeah.
Slim Dog Millionaire.
Come out?
Yeah.
And
this one is going to be for 100,000 rupees.
Well, that just about does it for us here. We've got one more day of ESL Pro League this week left for you, and that's tomorrow. So if you're just tuning in, you're a little bit late, but don't worry. We'll be right back here tomorrow at the same great time, same great place. See you later.